They want to go to prison, huh? Everybody want to go to prison, huh? This what it look like. This what prison look like right here, you feel me? Shit crazy. Alright. Keep banging on that door, inmate. Man, keep banging on that door, inmate. Keep banging on that shit. I got something for you. I'm gonna be there in a minute. I'm gonna show y'all right now. What these officers be doing to people inside of prison. Man, keep running your mouth. Keep running your mouth. This is what the cell look like, right? Ain't no toilets or nothing in here right now. But look, check this shit out. When you be inside a cell like this and you run your mouth, you know what they do, right? You know what they do, right? They gas you. Just like this. Like that. That's what they do to you.
Where them trays at?
And ain't shit you can do about it. You feel me? So your ass better stay out of the chain gang.
Hold down, man. Suitcase this, my cell phone, and my charger don't walk with a limp. Get it knocked off or missing, you gon' get it. Next time I see your ass, you gon' leave airlifted.
This video right here was for educational purposes only. That shit good.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Kfrogtv. This Kfrog reporting live and direct. Y'all go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see it first. For this video here, y'all already know what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about when you get pepper sprayed. All right? Which is one of the main things that officers do to you when you were locked up. Whether you're in a county jail or you're in a prison system, anywhere that you go, 10 out of 10, they play with chemical agents. As y'all seen in the intro video, you know, when you're in such a little small cell like that, it doesn't matter. They're still going to gas you, all right? Now, I wasn't able to get my hands on the real deal, which is MK9 Magnum, which is what they actually spray you with. It is a big can, a real big can. It's got a little nozzle on the side of that shit and everything like you have on a hose, just like you would have on your damn hose out in your yard. It's got a little nozzle like that on there. And the reason I wasn't able to get that to do the video, which was my first intentions, is because I didn't know that convicts aren't allowed to possess anything that is over 2 ounces worth of chemical agents. And I've literally found this out while trying to put this video together for y'all. You feel me? And then as I was still trying to order, you know, the can, the real deal, it always said notice, please put in police agency where you would like your bottle shipped. So you could only get it through like a police department or something like that. So anyways, I went and got one that I am allowed to buy. And as y'all seen in the introduction video, we did a little test on it. All right. Now, I'm going to be breaking it down to you and let you know what to expect when you get pepper sprayed. Because when you're in prison, that's the #1 thing the guards like to do. They'll sit there and say that you were not complying, that you were giving them a problem, and they will pop a can on you. Anytime they pop a can, they have to do paperwork. Okay? So, I'm going to let you know about the times that I got sprayed. I got sprayed my first time ever when one of my bunkie didn't want to comply with the officers. When you find yourself in a cell with someone, anything they do reflects on you as well. All the camps I was at down here in the state of Florida, I don't know how it is anywhere else around the world, but down here in the state of Florida, they have a policy to where if you are in a cell with someone, they cannot open that door unless both inmates are cuffed up with their hands cuffed behind their back. That's why each door has a flap, okay? Because you got to walk up to it, crouch down, and stick your hands out of it so they can cuff you. Now, when one person's, you know, not complying, they take it out on the whole room, whether you're not with it or not. Me, the first time I got gassed on the house, and it was because my bunkie was making the police run it. He was going through it with the officers, selling them out. They were talking shit to each other through the door, you know, back and forth. Oh, you ain't gonna do nothing, da 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 da. Oh, I dare you to da 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 da, back and forth. And I'm in there just like, this shit's crazy. Next thing you know, they're telling me to cuff up. They're saying, hey man, Harris, come cuff up, come cuff up. And my bunkie like, don't do it, fraud, don't do it. He like, don't do it, bro, because I ain't cuffing up, bro. I ain't cuffing up. And then, what, I'm going to be in handcuffs while my bunkie's not? And then they're going to gas the room? So now I'm going to be in handcuffs while I'm getting gassed. So they started yelling on the door and told me, lay on your bed and cover up. They were like talking me through it because my bunkie was acting an ass. You feel me? Which he's my bunkie, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's my first time ever gonna, you know, experience the gas. So I'm like nervous, but at the same time, I mean, what he's arguing with them about was over mail. You know, they take forever to hand the mail out. Sometimes I give it to you in the dark. So he was just selling out the officers, and they ended up gassing the room because of that. But they're telling me to lay down, cover up under my blanket. I laid down and covered up under my blanket while he's arguing back and forth with the police. And he was with it though. He was like, yeah, Frog, go ahead, cover it up, bro. It's between me and them. They're between me and them, brother, between me and them. You feel me? But at the same time, me being in the room with him, I never was expected to experience what I was about to, you know, take in. So they popped the can on him. A couple seconds later, you hear the coughing, okay? Because it don't hit you the moment you get hit with it, you know? After a while, when you try to breathe, it'll kick in. It may kick in a couple minutes later. It may not kick in until they decide to hit you with the second, you know, use of it. Because before they can hit you with it as much as they wanted to, they can unload the whole can on you. But after there was so many people, you know, passing away due to it, you know, from not being able to breathe and stuff, they changed it. Now they're allowed to hit you with it 3 times, but each time has to be a 1-second burst. So they can literally go, you feel me? And then wait, and then, you know, just like that. Before they were going, using whole cans on you, which they still do use cans in prison. You know what I'm saying? But I've seen people literally go through as many cans as they will, and then they'll send in the RRT team, which is the rapid response team. And, you know, they're meant for like riots and stuff. They'll come in looking like the Ninja Turtles, and they'll force entry into your room. You feel me? They'll put a chain on this side of the door, chain on this side of the door. And then next thing you know, they'll yank the door open, and then they'll all stand in a line holding the person in front of them, and they'll run in like a damn centipede. They look like a centipede. The little bugs, they're all lined up like that, and then they run in. The first dude's got a shield, and they bust you with it just in case you're trying to, you know, fight them. You feel me? Some shields got that zap on there to where it hits you with it, and it'll make you fly against the wall. It all depends on where you're at. But that's after you go through the cans. So, me, when it happened the first time, I was laying under my bed. I heard the gas go off. You feel me? Didn't think nothing of it. Next thing you know, there it goes again. I'm still under the blanket. And then I started coughing before bruh did. And he was out there taking that shit, arguing with them. Because you got the different type of inmates that are gonna, you know, hide from the gas. You feel me? Like, they don't want problems with the officers. So they'll run their mouth to the officers as much as they can. And then they'll finally, you know, they'll give in. They'll surrender. They'll turn around. They'll cuff up because they don't want that gas. Then you got people that will strap up and get themselves ready for the gas, you know. And then you got people who just won't strap up, who just won't comply, that'll just let the officers hit them with the gas. And then they'll be regretting it later. This situation here, my bunkie, he was, you know, one of the ones that just said, hit me with it. I don't give a damn. It is what it is. And he was arguing with them, so they hit him with it. And when they did, by me being in the room, I started coughing under the blanket, couldn't damn near breathe. And then, you know, after a while, he finally gave in after they popped 2 cans on him. And then once they gave in, boom, 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 he cuffed up. They cuffed us both. They took us out of our cell, had an inmate come in there, splash this water chemical over the walls, and mop it all down and everything, kept us in 2 different showers, made us bathe on camera, because their policy is they have to have you on video camera, you know, showing proof that they did let you shower afterwards. And to me personally, that was my first experience, like, with the gas, like, as far as in prison. But on the streets, I got in a fight with someone on the streets one time, and his pregnant old lady at the time ran up and pepper sprayed me and my homeboy in the middle of a fight. But the shit in prison was totally different. You feel me? And then in the county jail, when people get in fights, they gas them and stuff, but it's different. And there they use a chemical agent that looks like a little thing, kind of like how this is, but it actually looks like canned cheese. That shit, like yellow string, comes out like silly string that they use in my county jail. You feel me? But this was my first experience ever taking on that, what I was sooner or later find out is called Black Jesus. Okay? Now, once they took us out of our room and they put us in the showers, made us bathe on camera and everything like that, they put us right back in the room. When they put us in that room after it was, you know, washed down and everything, they do half-ass jobs. So you'll still see the little yellow stuff, orange stuff all over the walls, on the ground or anything like that. You feel me? But me, I thought, okay, that shit was pressure. But, you know, when it came down to getting gassed later on, I really wasn't prepared like I thought I was. That was a little baby experience the first time. And then, you know, me, I didn't think that much about it and didn't really, you know, think it was that serious when it was time to get sprayed again because of what I witnessed the first time. You know, I'm thinking that shit it is what it is. I could tank it, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of like a, you know, I got that off my chest, bro. I got to see what that shit felt like in here. But really, it wasn't. I ended up getting into it with the police later on down the line. And when I got into it with them later on down the line, I ended up being one of the ones that was telling the police, you can run it. Let's run this shit. It is what it is. And, you know, they open that flap, get you, gas you when it lands all on you. I never felt a burn sensation like that Black Jesus. You feel me? The whole thing that you're supposed to do is not try to breathe it in. Don't take deep breaths. Try to let all that shit ooze about your nose. And if y'all seen my video that I made a long time ago, speaking on Black Jesus, the spray, then y'all will recall in there how I break it down, how you, you know, you go against it, how you suit up. If y'all don't remember, I'll give you a little recap right here, all right? What you do is you get your blanket, you stick it in your toilet, get it all soaking wet. You soak and wet your whole blanket, you feel me? And then you pick the blanket up, you sling it against the wall, and like wipe the wall at the same time. You do it with all your walls. Therefore, the walls are going to be wet from your blanket. You get you a shirt, wrap it around your face so that way it's like right here. You get you another shirt, wrap it on top of your head right here so that way you can only see out right here. Boom, okay? Next thing you know, when it comes time for them to pop the flap, that's how you know when they're going to stick the gas in. When they're about to stick the gas in, you grab that same old blanket that is soaking wet, okay? Get ready for them to pop the flap. If you got if you're in a single room, like to where you don't have a bunk bed, you're gonna do exactly what I just said. If you're in a room to where there is a bunk bed, what you are gonna do is you're gonna take your mat off the bottom bunk and you're gonna make sure you put it on the top bunk, okay? And the reason for that is there's holes in the top metal when you're laying down, so you don't want nothing to come through them holes onto the bottom bunk. So you just cover it like that. You can even wet your mat if you want to, which is even better. Get you some water and throw it all on your mat. You want everything wet because the moment they spray, all the particles ain't gonna be in the air no more. They're sticking to everything that is wet. So you grab your blanket, as soon as they pop that flap, you hold it like a cape, and then you stick it over you and you crouch down so you look like a ball in the middle of your room. When they spray, wait a couple minutes, let it cool down in there. You know, wait a good, like, say a minute, minute and a half under that blanket. Boom, come on up. All them particles and shit that were flying around, it really ain't. You're going to be able to breathe still because you got your face covered, your head covered, everything, your eyes. You're going to be good to go, okay? Where a lot of people mess up is when they come to do it again for wave 2. A lot of people will pick the blanket up not remembering which side they had it wrapped around them. So then they'll put the first side that was on the outer side on their back area, and then they'll get their whole back all ate up and burnt up. And then you could do it like that, you know, and people, if you can literally get away with it and do it the perfect way, you can survive all waves until they finally come in there and get you. But when they come in there and get you, you know they're going to bruise you up a little bit. Okay? Now me, like I said, when I got gassed the second time, when I thought I was prepared for it, because of the first instance I went through when I was with my, you know, my bunkie who was running with the police. I thought I was prepared for it. I thought it wasn't that bad. But in all reality, it really was. You feel me? They came in there and we got in an argument over some shit. It had to do with our lunch trays or something. You know, there was more like they were skipping us on our trays. And here I'm in confinement, bro, starving as it is. And then y'all mean to tell me y'all ran out of cake or something? It was something so petty. But it was more on a disrespectful level when I tried to, you know, confront the officer about it. You feel me? Because a lot of incidents that happen with this gas and people getting pepper sprayed in prison, a lot of it falls on an inmate just sticking up for himself. You feel me? Because they treat you any kind of way and talk to you any kind of way, you know? So me, I was like, I confronted, you know, I said something to him about my cake not being on there or whatever. And I remember he was like on some slick shit, like, well, it is what it is, sue me. Or walked off, you know, like some disrespectful shit. Like he's better than me because I'm in here. And the only difference between us is he's got a badge on and I'm on this side of the door. He's on that side of the door. You feel me? When even officers break the law as well. You get what I'm saying? So we exchanged words. Next thing you know, I hung a towel up over my window. That's the #1 cause, that when they come around to do their rounds, they can't see in your little window. They'll knock on there. Take this thing down. Take this thing down. And then that goes back to when I said they can't open the door unless inmates are cuffed up. So then you just ignore them. You ignore them. Let them bang. Let them do whatever they want to do. Let them threaten. Let them say whatever they want. Eventually, they're going to have to come and gas you because they can't open that door and make you take that towel down. You see what I'm saying? So I was telling my bunkie, like, man, shit, bro, I'm finna make them run it, dog. I'm finna make them run it, bro. Go ahead and, you feel me? Cover up, bunkie. Go ahead and cover up. You feel me? He's like, for real, bro? Are you serious, bro? This and that, you know, trying to talk me out of it. I say, yeah, bro, we finna run it, bro. Straight like that. I'm rocking out, boy. You either with me or not. You gonna get gassed anyways. But we're both gonna receive a DR. You know what I'm saying? Even if you lay down and cover up and you weren't even part of it, you're gonna receive a DR also. You feel me? But when you go to DR court, they're gonna most likely waive yours. You feel me? They're gonna dispute yours because you didn't partake in the, you know, the spraying. But if you're like, man, fuck it, then I'm running it with you, dog. And then you go to strapping up your shoes and shit. And then you go to getting all ready and you ran it with me, then your DR is going to stick when you go to DR court. You feel me? So for this one here, my bunkie was all scared and shit. He was like, nah, bro. So he retreated. He covered up. And they came in there and they gassed me. You know, they shut the water off. That's what you got to be ready for. You feel me? That you got to be doing what you're doing before they come because they're going to go shut your water off. And then you're going to be fucked. You feel me? So, me, I'm like, man, and here, this is the point where, the time when I didn't even know how to go against the gas yet. You feel me? I just thought it was something to play with because of my first experience. You feel me? I wasn't even like a pro yet. I just was like, man, it is what it is. And so they shut my water off. Feel me? I didn't really know about doing all this, putting water on the walls or any of that shit yet. So I'm like, it is what it is. All it is what it is, bro. I'm telling my bunkie, it ain't that bad, bro. It's not that bad, bro. Just be ready for it. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, they opened that flap, and my dumb ass fell for it. Because once they opened the flap, I looked over. When I looked over, they got me, dog. Right in my face. You feel me? And I fell for it like an idiot. It was just like, as much as I knew the gas was coming, once they opened my flap, you feel me? I was thinking they were going to come and say something else, or, you know, there's going to be more of a warning sign or something. But there wasn't. And this one hurt like hell because they caught me dead in my face. When they caught me dead in my face, I wasn't ready for that. So I was like, damn, dog, like this. Going all like this and shit. And then within like 20 seconds, I couldn't open my eyes at all. That was pressure, bro. My whole face was on fire. You know, on fire, bro. There was nothing I could do but cuff up. Literally, bro, I cuffed up. You feel me? Not after they hit me with the whole can, though. They sprayed in there a second round and then a third round, you feel me? But I didn't make them pop a second can. You feel me? They were still just using the same can. But I ended up cuffing up, you know what I'm saying? And then when I was in the shower, after they gave me the shower and shit, and that shit was coming down, because that shit burns 2-3 days after, you know what I'm saying? It isn't like it just burns right then and there when it's happening. You take a shower, you're good. It don't always work like that. Sometimes water works good. Sometimes water's bad for it. You feel me? I've seen people use milk. Sometimes milk can be bad for it. You know what I'm saying? There's all types of different things that people can use, or people will say, oh, this works fine, this don't work fine. But man, there's different times where that shit works, sometimes it don't. And the one thing you don't want to happen is when it hits you on your face, you don't want it to run all down, because then it'll get down over this way. And then a day or two later while you're laying in bed, you're twitching in your sleep from it. It like hurts, bro. You just keep jumping out. You got little aching pains everywhere. And that shit get down there by your area, you feel me? You're going to be in some problems for the next 3 days. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the type of thing that make people never want to get gassed, never want to get pepper sprayed. That's why they let a lot of disrespectful things go by when these officers disrespect them. You feel me? So once I ended up cuffing up after they hit me with it or whatever, and they took me to the shower and shit, I was still going on about my cake. You feel me? I was still snapping about how they disrespected me, you know? And I was about to get gassed again in the shower. You feel me? I wasn't cuffing up in the shower. I was still arguing with them, you know, because I was hot about how hot I was. You feel me? Like, that shit hurt so much, and I'm so mad. You get what I'm saying? Because these cans that they use, you know, they're meant for riots. You feel me? They're meant to cover like a 25-foot area. You know, clear out like a 25, 30-foot area and up to like 50 to 60 people. You know, and they're using them on inmates that are in a single cell. You feel me? Whether it's you and another person's even worse. That's less air you have to breathe in. You know, and that's the type of shit they're hitting people with. That's why they changed the rules and policy on how they're allowed to use it. That way they can't abuse it as much as there was before. Because when an inmate don't pull through, they're just signing off, oh, he had breathing problems because of the chemical agent. No, you overdid that chemical agent. You abused it. And now look at him now. You feel me? Now it's people got to come and you know, come sign over his damn everything about him because he's gone now. You feel me? And that's what happens due to them spraying people. So my dumb ass fell for it, and I got the shit end of the stick. But the whole funny thing is, while I was about to run it again inside the shower, officer comes walking in with a styrofoam plate, and in it was a piece of cake. You see what I'm saying? But look what I had to go through to get the cake. You feel me? I felt good, because even though I got gassed, and even though it hurt and I had to go through all this bullshit, you know, I still got the cake. You feel me? So, like, if they would have told me, oh, this is what you got to do to get the cake and go through all that shit, who knows? Maybe I would have, maybe I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, wasn't worth it for the piece of cake, to be honest with you. But they respected my mind enough and didn't want to make me run it again, because then they didn't want to have to do double paperwork. You see what I'm saying? So they ended up giving me my cake while I was in the shower. You feel me? Now, after that, I started getting so good at this, like, getting gas stuff to where I was ready for it. So, like, officers respected me for the most part. You get what I'm saying? And it was never over no bullshit. It'd be over me just having a bad day. You know, like, I could get a bad letter. I could start thinking about my old boy, rest in peace, who ain't here no more. You know, anything. I could just wake up on the wrong side of the bed and have enough of prison. Like, I'm done with this prison shit. They gonna feel me today. And it'd be officers that was actually cool, you know, my whole bid. You know what I'm saying? And I just would wake up one day and be like, man, that's it, bro. Man, I ain't with this shit. You know, I'd have an attitude, you feel me? And that's just me. So, but I got so to the point to where after learning through it all, and like I learned each step, okay? Once I got gassed the first time under the covers, I thought it was a piece of cake. The second time came, boom. I found out that the first time wasn't a piece of cake. You know what I'm saying? And it was over a piece of cake. You feel me? But I found out it wasn't that simple from the first time. You see what I'm saying? So the third time came when I ended up getting gassed. I found out, okay, how they shut your water off. I started busting the sprinkler. I started realizing this shit burns. You feel me? You need water. So every room's got a sprinkler head in it. And when you bust that, they charge you $90. Okay, they used to charge me $90 out of my account every single time I bust that sprinkler. But when you bust the sprinkler, you know, that shit floods the whole dorm. Literally starts flooding everywhere. And they'll run out there and shut the water off, but it's not going to stop coming out until, you know, that tank's empty. And then at first, it shoots straight across the wall. It goes straight from where it's at, straight to this side of the wall, and it's pure black water, okay, that hits. And the reason it's pure black is because inside of the water tank, it's like stuffed with like this black sand, you can say. You could say that's what it is. It's like a black sand, and it's stuffed. So that's what comes out first. That's why the water's pure black, okay? And then that shit just keeps going. The water alarm's going off and all this shit. But at the same time, it ain't as hot as it is, you know, catching the gas and waiting for them to take you to the shower. So once I learned to bust the sprinkler, now I was dwelling on it like, okay, it's going to cost me $100. You feel me? But I'm not going to be burning as much, you know, like, so it always costs you something. Then I just decided, instead of getting charged $100 from now on, and then I started doing the water thing. And I started like wetting my walls, figuring out different shit is when I'd come to get pepper sprayed. And I found out that's what works the best for me, and it's the cheapest route. You feel what I'm saying? Because anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally. Because officers, you know, they don't just come to work and do their job. They bring their problems from home to work with them. You get what I'm saying? And you never know what they're going through on the streets, how their relationship is, or what they're really stressing about out there. You know, they may want a raise and can't get a raise. And then when you ask them a question, since they're hating their job right now because they won't give them a raise, they'll take it out by disrespecting you. You feel me? And that's the type of things that you go through today in prison. That's why they're so quick to grab this damn spray and hit you with it. You know what I'm saying? And everyone knows it's so easy to get a job as a correctional officer. You could literally go online and sign up to do it. It's that simple. You feel me? Anyone can become a correctional officer as long as you ain't a felon. You feel me? But it's like, you know, you got to have people that like respect their job, you know, because you know how it is. It's a give respect to get respect kind of world. But like I said, officers abuse their authority by pepper spraying people. Now, getting pepper sprayed on the streets, as you seen, one of my homeboys, you know, for the video, he let me hit him up with it. It's still pressure, you know. It definitely is still pressure. Ain't nothing changed. But it isn't as bad as it is in prison. Because on the streets, you could be prepared. you know, and especially when you're trying to lead an example. You know, it's easier to have it done to you rather than in prison. There's nothing you can do. You can get in an argument with the police. They'll come around and put you on cell strip for 72 hours. That means they'll take every single thing out of your room, everything but the boxers you're wearing, and then they'll decide to come back and gas you. Now you're in it, like, you know, and you're just stuck there to go through it. You feel me? But it's like, there's ways to get through it and there's ways not to. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things to use to help yourself through a situation being pepper sprayed, and there's certain things that is a must do not, you know what I'm saying, use. I also found out that while in prison, Sprite works very well as far as getting pepper spray off your face. But when you put it on, you want to lay your head down and pour it on your face, so when it hits you, it all runs off. Okay? And when it pours on there, it's going to all, you know, get all fuzzy and shit, kind of like when you pour it in a cup, how all the caffeine comes up. It's going to be doing all that, and it's going to run off your face on the ground. You do that because if you do it this way, it runs down your body and hits your area. You feel me? That's why you want to do that. But, you know, in prison, you don't really get everything that you could on the streets in order to make it go away. You see what I'm saying? But like I say in all my videos, prison ain't a place to be. I'm going to keep on dropping these videos and trying to get it through y'all's head, especially for the younger crowd who want to know, or the younger crowd who ain't thinking where they might land up while they on that block, or ain't thinking, oh, when I break into this house over here, or I hit these people's car or whatever. They're not thinking of what they're going to experience when they end up landing where they're going to get sent. So that's what my videos are here for, you feel me? I try to keep it straight prison content, prison related, and give it to y'all that real deal, that real spill. Okay, and I'm gonna continue to keep on pushing it out there like this. You feel me? The more and more views that we get, even better. I'd like to say thank you to everyone that subscribed. We just passed 50K subscribers. You know what I'm saying? And it's only going, you know what I'm saying? And I said this before, it ain't about who get there first. As long as we get in there, you feel me? That's how I look at it. I don't care about who hit 100K first or who hits 1 million first. Kfrogtv don't care about none of that shit, because I'm still doing something right, because I'm still climbing. You feel me? And then all it is if you climb fast in the beginning, you're going to be slowing down eventually. You feel me? Me, I've been climbing slow forever. So it's only a matter of time when one of these videos go pop. You get what I'm saying? And that's it. That is what it is. You feel me? But anyways, man, I appreciate y'all watching this video. Y'all make sure y'all stay sucker free, man. Keep them squares at your circle and make sure them snakes ain't in your grass. Do whatever you got to do that motivates you to get yourself through another beautiful day in this world. You know, YOLO. You only live once. Tomorrow ain't promised. You get what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all watching this video. Till next time, it's Frog.